Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew, and this is Museum Makers Live. Thank you very much for joining. This is a new YouTube show filmed here at the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences in downtown Raleigh. This show is all about teaching about science and nature and the environment and technology, all while playing Minecraft. Because as you probably know, Minecraft is a perfect sandbox for exploring and learning about the natural world because it's so massive and you can do so much with it. So that's what we've been using it for. Here at the museum, we teach about all those topics, science, nature, and technology inside this lab, which is blurred behind me because it is a lab that is open to the public. Anyone that visits the museum in Raleigh can visit for free. There's no ticketed entry, and our lab is the same. Here in the Viz Lab, we build exhibits that teach different topics in science and teach classes, do summer camps on all sorts of topics, mostly technology based. We do things like computer programming, electronics, robotics, 3D printing. We use Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, all this maker style type technologies that you can use to make almost anything with. We can teach you if you come visit us. But if you can't visit us, these live streams are here so that you can ask us any questions that you would like in the chat. That's one of the purposes of it. So if you haven't seen any of our episodes yet, what we do is we focus on a particular creature or ecosystem or scientific concept, use Minecraft to explore that, answer your questions and comments, and then do some building as well. Because what we've been doing is gradually building this museum. Here, I'll give you a little image here of what the museum looks like, so you have an idea of what we're dealing with. The North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences consists of 2 buildings in downtown Raleigh and some other buildings spread throughout the state, but these are the 2 big ones. Over on the top right, that is the Nature Exploration Center. Over on the top left, that's a Nature Research Center. The Nature Research Center is where we work and are right now. And during about the last half of the stream, we'll visit the project that we've been working on, building it inside and out, at 1-to-1 scale. And then when we're done with it, then we're going to release it. We're going to put it online so that anyone can download it and explore the museum virtually within Minecraft, at least. So without further ado, why don't we get started? Today's episode, as you should already know because you clicked on this, has to deal with cicadas. And so what we're going to do is kind of a wildcat sort of thing. We're going to do some challenges related to cicadas and talk about cicadas at the same time and answer any questions that you might have. Joined with me today is Audrey. You can see there on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Hey there, Audrey.
Today we're going to be doing a race through the life cycle of a cicada. Matt and I will be racing each other.
Awesome. I need to... I don't know why, but I can't hear you through my headset. I'm just...
Oh, can you hear me through the...
Will you say something again?
Oh, I can hear myself on the stream.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's just something on my end, I guess. But... Interesting. Okay, well, I have to deal with that. No one wants to see me figure out the settings.
All right.
Okay, so
I'll just talk really loud.
That's fine. I will try to keep a view on the audio settings here. If anyone has trouble hearing us, please let us know, and I'll adjust things. Okay, so Audrey, where are we right now?
In real life or in Minecraft world?
In the game.
In Minecraft world, we are currently now we are pretending to be cicada nymphs. Oh, thank you, Mystic Coco. I'm glad you could join us. So we are cicada nymphs, which are the little babies that cicadas start out as. So they start out as eggs, and then they become larvae, and then they become nymphs. And when they're nymphs, it's time for them to escape out from the underground. So cicadas, these are periodical cicadas, probably, which is in the Magicicada genus. And periodical cicadas, rather than annual cicadas, periodical cicadas will stay underground for 13 or 17 years. So they go into hibernation for 13 to 17 years. And then they wake up and they crawl out of their burrows. So we're going to burrow up out of the deep ground. Originally we were gonna punch our way out, but I realized that was not really reasonable given how much stone there is where we are. That would not be the most fun to watch.
I'm going to, while you're talking, I'm going to try to set it up so I can show an image and some audio of a cicada. The audio is going to go dark here for just a moment, so just bear with me here.
Okay. I was gonna talk about what they're doing under the ground for all that time. So they're mostly sitting underground, and they do some hibernation, but a lot of the time they are eating roots, and they have these special mouth parts that are piercing and sucking mouth parts. So they pierce a little hole in the root, and then they suck the juice out of it. So they suck the starches and the saved carbohydrates and all of that kind of stuff.
Audrey?
Yeah?
On the screen right now is a picture of an adult and a freshly emerged adult, taken here in North Carolina.
So we have the adult, which is the one on the bottom, and then the freshly molted one, which is the yellow one on top. And when they freshly molt, so that's what they look like when they first come out of of their like exoskeleton. They pop out and they unzip their skin, their exoskeleton, kind of like a sleeping bag, and they pop out of it, and they're all wet and scrungly and yellow, and their bodies aren't really hardened yet. So they start out looking kind of funky and scraggly, and then they dry out over a couple of hours, and become that sort of black with the bright red eyes that you see in the summertime. Now the red-eyed cicadas are the periodical cicadas, whereas other cicadas are the annual cicadas. So those are the ones that come out every year. Whereas periodical ones, what's happening? Oh. I was confused because I thought that was my version of my avatar moving around.
Don't mind me.
Okay. So periodical cicadas come out, they emerge and mate every 13 or 17 years. There's two different kinds of periodical cicada. But in like our 13-year cicadas here in North Carolina, we have 13-year cicadas this year. In this brood, which I think is brood,
I think we're 13.
I don't remember. But in this brood, it is multiple species. So it's not just one species of cicada, one species of Magicicada. There's a bunch of different cicadas that come out at the same time. Even though they don't even know each other.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
13.
digging up. So we're in brood 13.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's special about this year for cicadas is that for the first time since like the 1870s or something like that, a 17-year cicada and a 13-year cicada are coming out at the same time, which never happens. Usually at the same time in the same place. So there's not a lot of places where this is happening. It's not happening here in North Carolina, but in the Midwest, that's one of the main places where you'll see brood 17 and brood 13 cicadas coming out at the same
Okay.
time.
I just put up a map. You can see where the overlap is. Pretty small.
Oh, 19. Brood 19. We're not brood 13, we're brood 19.
Okay. Never mind. Thought it was 13.
So yeah, in the
Okay.
Midwest there's a little bit of overlap there. Over the brood 13 and brood 19 cicadas, which is really cool.
Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting about these periodical cicadas, there's cicadas all over the place. There's cicadas all over the world, but these periodical cicadas that only come out every like every 13 or 17 years, they only exist in North America. So there are different kinds of cicadas that live elsewhere. There's cicadas that live in Europe and Asia and South America, but this particular kind, the Magus cicada, these guys are only in Mexico, the U.S., and Canada.
Okay. That's great. I want to show one other thing in this PowerPoint, and then why don't we save the rest for when we're doing our first challenge here. First, I'm going to flip you though. There, better. Okay. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is show you guys. This is where you'll want to crank your volume up all the way on your computer.
Trying to
Crank
get
your
them to
volume up
bust
all
their
the way
eardrums.
because I'm going to play a video. This is actually from my front yard of the cicadas. And so here in North Carolina, we get cicadas every year and we're used to the song. And many of you are probably used to what a cicada sounds like. But when you have about 400 trillion gazillion of them going at the same time, it is very different. It is a very different sound. So I'm going to play this. Hopefully you can hear it well. Again, after I stop talking now, turn your speakers up. Here we go. Oh, wait, I need to set it up so it's actually gonna grab the audio. Hold on, I don't know if this is gonna work. Audio input capture. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm afraid it's not going to. Hold on. Audio. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something here and do this. Hold on. Need to. Oh, how will I do this? I don't. Okay, let me try something
Thanks,
here.
Mystic Coco. It was a lot of effort to get an animated isopod to fit on my shoulder properly. I love the giant marine isopod. They're one of my favorite animals. He would not like to be above water like this.
Okay.
This is a magical world. Minecraft is technically
Probably
fantasy.
isn't working.
I mean, not even technically. There's dragons. Dragon, singular, I guess. Yes, we are. We're using hybrid aquatic. We're also using naturalist, and we are using what else? We're using the mod that we're making ourselves, which we will release once it's done, but we're really figuring it out as we go along. Naturalist and Clutter are the other ones we're using. Oh,
Okay.
really? Oh, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. So Mystic Coco says that they are the owner of Hybrid Aquatic.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
And
Big fan.
the upgraded version of the mod has giant isopods. And they
nice.
also removed the bioluminescence in the whale sharks.
Oh, good. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We love that mod. What I'm going to do is I will put a link to the video I was trying to play online in like the description or the comment section so that anyone who's watching this now can, after this is over, can go down to that link and you'll be able to play that video and hear the sound because it really is unlike any other sound. It sounds like there's an enormous machine just all over, just surrounding you. It's such an interesting sound. Okay, anyways. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to be doing quite a lot and it's all cicada related. So we are both starting underground. Audrey is in a different location. We're starting underground because cicadas, after they hatch as eggs, they drop to the ground, they burrow underground, and then if they're like the 19-year one that we have here, will stay underground for 99% of their lives. They'll stay underground within the same meter of soil. They don't go around, move around too much. And they get their nourishment from drinking sap from roots. That's what's above my character right now, are roots in the game. So they're not extremely harmful to anything really at all. They just drink a little bit from the roots, stay in the same place for years and years and years, and then when it's time for them to emerge, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, then they dig up. Seems to mostly be at night. I don't know if they can tell that difference or not. But so that's what our character is going to be doing. We're going to be digging up in survival mode so you can get up to the surface first. And then we're going to do what the cicada would do next, which is climb up something. In this case, we are going to climb up a tree to lay our eggs and then fly somewhere else. But first, we'll start with the digging. And this is not going to be easy because in Minecraft, you don't have to dig down far until you hit rock. So unfortunately, we are going to have to use pickaxes, but it's still going to be difficult. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of light.
Real cicadas do not have pickaxes. All right, tell me when you're starting, Matt.
Okay, I'm going into survival. I do it correctly. Okay, I am in survival. Have all hearts. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. So, yep. Oh, that's not a good place to start. There's gravel. I recently learned that if gravel falls on you, it'll hurt. So I'm not going to do that.
Yes, gravel and sand are... Gravel, sand, TNT, what else? I think those are the only gravity-affected blocks. Maybe soul sand is also gravity-affected? I'm not sure. But, yeah. We're also using the pickaxes, even though it is a lot faster. Anvils, gravel, sand, and concrete powder. Thank you. Oh, that makes sense. But we're using pickaxes, even though it would be a lot faster for us to use shovels if it was all dirt. But because we're deep enough, we're using just stone pickaxes. So we didn't want to make it too easy.
Yeah, we're not going crazy.
No.
I don't like to use any tools at all.
Well, you don't like to use any tools at all when we're in creative mode.
Yeah. That's right.
Which is not quite the same.
but we also don't want it to be boring. Well, I see grass, so I'm clearly almost at the top.
I don't know where I am. I don't have any light, so
Oh, you don't have any light? Okay.
I'm just sort of digging and jumping right now.
And I have made it above ground. So I get 1 point.
All right, now
front of
you
it-
gotta run to the. I have no idea where. Oh wait, I'm above ground too.
There in front of me is the tree. This is one I just made from scratch. Because the regular trees are not very big at all. Okay,
Even
so the next
taigas,
challenge.
the giant taigas.
The next challenge is to climb this tree and hear monsters. Oh, there's you.
Hi.
Oh, what is that I hear?
That'll be our cicadas.
Where did that
So-
cicada come from?
That cicada sound is specifically Magicicada cassini. That's a real cicada sound. And these mobs we've got over here, we have some adult cicadas, and we have some freshly molted cicadas, and we have some nymph. Although I don't see any nymphs where we are. Do you
Got
see any?
I'm in front of a nymph right now.
Ah, yes. So that's the block version of the nymph. That's a little bit more detailed. So you'll see that there's two different versions of every life stage. There's a little tiny version which is closer to actual size, and then there is a larger version that has a little bit more detail to it.
I should say now that I know that there are real Minecraft experts watching that we are not. Audrey has more experience with this than I do. So I'll, not just in gameplay, but also in modding. So we've been doing our best, especially Audrey, to make mods, but we're still perfecting our skills. So.
Oh, I forgot I
It'll
was
get
supposed to
better.
be climbing. I was just sort of wandering around. This is what happens. So we've got the two different versions, one that is a block version and one that is a mod version. I'm gonna die. I just fell so far.
Come on. Let's try this view. Oh, no.
That's because the reason why we have the two different versions is because we're using Blockbench to build the models, and Blockbench only lets you have things that are less than a single pixel, I guess voxel, like half voxels and things like that. If it is a block, they don't let you do that with mobs.
I'm doing great.
I keep falling too. This was an interesting idea to do I guess Minecraft parkour, because both Matt and I are really bad at that specific part of Minecraft. There are some things that I am okay at in Minecraft. Ooh, I found the eggs.
I forgot that's what we're technically doing is parkour. I need to advertise it as such.
I found some eggs.
Thank you, Mystic. I found a some fresh molts up here.
Awesome.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So professional. Our intention is to set up these models so that they go through the life cycle, the complete life cycle. But we are still learning Creator and have not perfected it yet.
Getting Creator to work with Fabric, which is what we're using, and the version of the game we're in 1.20.1 has been a struggle here lately.
Yes.
But it's very cool to be able to add your own mob. That's the thing that I think is most exciting about modding, is adding your own creatures.
So I found the empty chest.
Oh, I stole all of the eggs, sorry.
Yeah, well, there's another chest, right?
Nope.
Oh, there's only the one chest?
Yeah, there's the elytra up top, but where are you?
Okay.
I'll give you an egg.
Yeah, let me plant some eggs. I'm by the chest.
Okay.
Reference.
All right. I'll toss it to you. There's an egg.
Thank you. All right, that's good. I'll do it right. I'll put some right here.
So one of the things that we've noticed while Minecraft is a very cool game for creating and playing with different sciencey topics, and there are a lot of different kinds of creatures in Minecraft. I often, as a biologist, ecologist, find that it is kind of empty. There's not enough of everything. There's not nearly enough bugs, for one thing, naturally in the game. There's tons and tons and tons of arthropods in the real world.
I hear the phantoms. Why aren't they? There they are. This is going to be a nightmare. Okay,
I
so
only have 3 hearts right now. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, I'm about to die.
Yeah, okay, so here, I'm going to turn these eggs. If I hit these eggs, there. Now they've turned into the freshly hatched larvae. Now what they do in real life is drop to the ground and burrow, like I mentioned before. Also, notice you can see the museum from this view. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so now I think... Oh no, they're getting me. Oh, there's a little larva. I think now I need to get down and go to the museum, I think would probably be the next thing. I have 2 hearts left.
You have the elytra.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. No, I forgot about that. Okay. I need to get up higher.
So if you are a Minecraft fan, but not as aware of entomology, you might not know that elytra are a real thing in insects, particularly in beetles, but in a lot of other insects, which are the wing cases on the outside of their wings. So beetles have elytra that protect their wings. Cicadas don't actually have elytra. It's real world elytra. Oh, I'm so lost.
So is it the elytra that makes insects, beetles, the most successful of all insects and maybe most successful of all flying creatures? Because the genius of elytra is that, like Audrey said, it protects their delicate wings. You can imagine that creatures, insects that do not have elytra, their wings, like butterflies, get damaged really easily. Mm-hmm. Well, if they had a hard casing to protect it, then
but cicadas
they don't have to worry about it
very
as much.
long, so they don't worry too much about that kind of thing.
That's right. Yes, once they turn into their mature adult form and they live just long enough to mate and lay eggs, kind of like salmon. They're not eating
so
much
the vast
anyways.
majority of their lives, and this is true for a lot of insects, cicadas are not alone in this, but the vast majority of their lives is spent as their nymph larval form as babies. So they aren't actually adults for a whole...
No! Oh no,
for very long. Oh, I didn't know you could turn off phantom spawning.
Oh,
I don't want to do it today because it's adding to the challenge, but I think we might do that when we're crafting next. Because,
you can turn what off?
Yeah, you can turn off insomnia, apparently.
Oh.
Oh, I made it to the top, finally.
Oh, good job.
I got some elytra.
I spawned at our sea lab.
Oh. You want to teleport to me?
No, that'd be cheating.
I don't know how you're
I'm
gonna...
swimming there. I'm gonna make it.
All right.
Hopefully there aren't any sharks in the area.
I think the sharks probably despawned.
Thank you for that, Mystic
Yeah.
Coco, by the way. And hello, kids, if you're still
Who's it?
watching.
It's the phantoms. Dang phantoms.
Hey, glad this doesn't seem to take energy.
I forgot how to use Elytra again.
Oh, I was holding down the space bar.
I also held down the space bar. I think I steered bad.
Hey, Mystic Coco, if you don't mind me asking, how did you find this? Were you looking for your mod on YouTube? Is that how you found this? I'm always curious. Oh, I could run. Yeah.
Oh, good question. So cicadas are the most protected when they're underground. So, they can't find each other to mate underground because they're all sort of
It's a museum.
stuck in the dark, and it's hard to find each other that way. So in order to mate and in order to genetically diversify and reproduce with different populations, they have to come up above ground in order to find other mates. So ideally, they would prefer to just stay underground all the time because it's a lot safer. There's a lot of good food under there.
Oh, no.
And so they would love to just stay in the dirt, but unfortunately, they can't really find each other. So they have to climb up out of the dirt, and then they will scream their little hearts out and see if they can find each other. Then reproduce, and then they die. Oh, there's a snake in the Viz lab, not a real one.
Oh.
I'm back at the museum now.
Oh, great. I'm almost, well, I'm getting closer to the tree. I've had to go pretty far. Oh, there's more water to cross? No. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you like the stream. I really the hybrid aquatic is a fantastic mod. I'm really glad you made it. It adds so much biodiversity, and I like that you've got a lot of sort of semi-obscure species too.
Yes.
That's
Very cool
one of the
species.
things I really liked about it. We don't have, it's not just like, oh, plain octopus, just one octopus or one squid. You've got your cuttlefish and stuff like that. I also like that you don't have a blobfish where it's all exploded.
Yeah.
Because I have seen a lot of marine things that are really cool, and then they have the exploded blobfish.
Or blobfish gets a bad rap.
Poor blobfish.
Okay, let's see if I can't make it this time, I'm not gonna attempt again. No. Okay. All right. I'm gonna fly to the top of the tree. Let's see, game mode, survival. No, creative. So yeah, so they cicadas have pretty much no defense especially once they're adults. Their defense is in their numbers. They're able to ensure the continuation of their species by laying so many eggs and coming out on the years that they come out, especially the periodic ones. the ones that come out on odd years, on prime years. They do that so that in case there happen to be a lot of predators or disease or bad weather, climate, if they all came out at the same time, then it could be the end of their species. But by staggering when they come out, that helps to ensure that at least some of them will probably survive. And by coming out during prime years, that it doesn't fully understand, but that typically coincides with when predator populations happen to be at their lowest, which again is not fully understood, but it seems to have to do with the fact that most of their predators are on like 2-year cycles.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
so the question: do cicadas have cannibalistic behavior between the species? They don't have the right mouth parts. I'm sure that if they had the right mouth parts, they absolutely would. But they really have like a little needle, basically, that is really good at making holes in plants and sucking out sap and things like that. But it's not really, they're not really fast enough to catch each other, and it's not an easy way to eat something like an insect. But with that whole idea of the fireflies attracting each other, cicadas don't do that, but we can do that to cicadas. So the little sound, the males are the ones that are making the screaming sound, that sound. But the females make a little snapping sound, like just like that. And it's around the same decibel level as a human snapping their fingers. So if you snap at cicadas, then male cicadas will come up to you and start screaming because they think they're trying to find that female cicada that was making that sound.
I haven't tried that trick yet. I keep meaning to. I didn't hear any last night. It's weird. I don't hear them all the time.
Well, cicadas almost, at least Magicicada, the periodical cicadas, they only call and come out, or mostly call and come out during the heat of the day. So around noonish, like noon to 2 p.m. In North America. Because we think it's because of the heat and because they're able to use less energy when they're in heat, just like a lizard who's basking in the sun. But we aren't totally sure still.
Yeah, you're right. You should, if you make a clicking sound or a snapping sound, if you keep the same rhythm, that's what they're looking. They're not, the males. I haven't done it. This is just what I've seen on YouTube. The males are not too picky about how precise the sound is. They're just looking for a repeating pattern. So if you know there's some cicadas nearby you, try that. Maybe one will fly onto you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's always a good chance they're gonna fly onto you anyways, because they don't care what they land on.
Yeah.
They're not scared of anything.
No, which makes them an excellent meal for lots and lots and lots of predators. There are lots of creatures, including humans, that eat cicadas. I have known some people who would eat the freshly molted cicadas like shrimp. They'll cook them up like shrimp, and they taste a lot like shrimp, apparently. I did not try it, but not because I don't eat bugs, because I will eat a bug, but I was not given the opportunity.
Yeah, I would do it, but I would kind of feel
absolutely
bad
do it.
about a freshly molted one.
That's true. That defenseless little thing. It should.
Yeah.
I feel like they should.
It was so close.
Yeah, be given
So
an
close.
opportunity to do what it lives to do.
Yeah. So my character is in front of the. Oh, there's you at the top. My character is in front of the Nature Research Center. Oh, yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. Is it? We just saw all that. You fell from a high place. Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
For no reason. I'm in front of the Nature Research Center, and over there is the Nature Exploration Center. I'll give a quick view of the inside of both, and then I'm going to start working on what I have been working on most recently, which is the Exploration Center, based upon blueprints that we have. I'm trying to make this as accurate as possible.
That's true. It is, I mean, it is essentially like a softshell crab. I recently learned that a softshell crab, this is obvious to me now, but I only recently learned that softshell crabs are not a specific species of crab. It's just any crab that has just molted. So like a blue crab that has just molted is a softshell crab.
I didn't know that because I never thought about it.
Yeah.
I just know they're delicious as a sandwich or as sushi. Okay, so this is the inside of the Nature Research Center. We have a lot of work yet to do on the exhibits on the inside, but like 99% of the architecture is done. Okay, so what are these guys here? These guys are... Oh, so do you want to... So the okay. Yeah, on the first floor of the NRC...
Oh, are there... Oh, there's a bunch of freshly molted ones on the second floor of the NEC as well.
Okay, all right. And
but
so
I'll come over to the NRC.
Did you want to do the spyglass thing? I guess
yeah, I forgot about that.
to do that.
So I made a little bit of code to I'm coming over there. I guess I could teleport to you, but I'm running, it's fine. I made a tool that that we're calling a magnifying glass that allows you to oh, I need to go into creative. That allows you to transform a bug into the block version of it.
So a slightly larger and better detailed version.
Yeah.
But am I gonna... Oh yeah. So I'll be able to watch you do it. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I'll just follow you around.
Magnifying glass. Okay. So you can...
You've got to catch him
first. Yeah. Ah!
There it goes. It looks so funny. Look at that animation.
Fun. Yeah, we also have not figured out how to get animations properly exported from Blockbench. So we've done it in Bedrock, but getting it in Java has been difficult. Oh.
It actually does need the little shadow so you can see where to aim.
Yeah.
There, it's in the hole.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Lost it.
It's still there.
It's inside of a block, I think.
Jeez. Get that little guy. No. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Finally. Okay, get out of there. Don't come in here. I have never had this much trouble with it. Oh, I got it.
There, I saw it. Looks great.
He's all sort of sideways now.
It's on his side, though.
But the idea is that using the magnifying glass, you can turn it into the block version.
There.
There we go. And then I can turn him back into the regular version. So there he is, back in the regular version. Just by right-clicking. Oh, and I killed him.
Mystic Coco.
Oh?
Oh, you turned it, you reverted it. Evolved? De-evolved. Nice. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Well, anyways, this is supposed to be a whale skeleton, by the way.
Mhm.
You can get a more thorough walkthrough of most of this building in the first episode. Just climb a little bit here. This is the second floor. Oh, I see you leashed. There's a leashed
There's
snake.
that's where the snakes are. Some of the snakes are in the actual building. The milk snakes are on the second floor outside of the Naturalist Center.
So what's unique about the Nature Research Center in particular is that, as you saw on the outside and now as you see on the inside, a lot of the walls are made out of glass. That was purposefully done so that everyone can see the science and the scientists, even if they're behind closed doors, because it's just glass. So here we are on the third floor. So there are research labs, and then there are spaces like mine that are like public education labs that you can just go into. So here is the Viz lab. This is our lab here, which we need to do a fair amount of work on. It's a lot smaller looking in Minecraft than it is in real life, even though the scale should be the same. There's a model that Audrey made using Blockbench. This is one of our 3D printers. We have a lot of 3D printers in here, and this is one of our old Prusa machines. It's a really cool machine that's been upgraded a good bit and can print in 5 different colors. Up some more. Why isn't it? Doesn't seem like my background music is playing. I know it's playing. Okay.
Oh, the Minecraft music? I'm not hearing it on the stream.
Oh. Or why it wouldn't be. Did I do something? Must have. So.
What have you done? So what do you want to work on today in the NEC, the Nature Education Exploration Center?
Yeah. So, okay. Let me go over to the NAC. The two buildings are, hey fellas, the two buildings are connected via a sky bridge. So I'll go over to one right now. So there's an upper level of the sky bridge. That's this right here. And then there's a lower level, which is enclosed for when it's raining. Go ahead and fly over to the front. There we go. Sort of looks like that. That's pretty close, just in a more blocky rectangular form. There's a lot of curves in the building, a lot of curves, so that's been hard to read. Okay, I see you in there. Let's see. Well, I was working on the roof, the 4th floor / 5th floor, getting that all true to life. Let's see here. Do you still... Oh, geez, there's cicadas in here. Do you still have floor plans?
I don't think so.
Well,
but I
how
can work
about...
on like I could do Mountain Cove on the 3rd floor, the salamander area where the Hellbender is.
Okay, yes. I will resend you the floor plan. The other option is always the Rachel Carson Garden.
Oh, that's true.
Resend you. Don't do that.
Part of the reason why the scale is so strange is that Steve is 3 feet wide because it's a meter block, and Steve fits in 1 block. It makes all of the sizes feel a little bit weirder.
Sorry, I have the game paused so I can get the blueprints here.
I got it.
Another
Thank you.
screen. Okay, so there's 4th floor. So the Nature Research Center is pretty global in its scope of topics. It covers. It likes to focus on how we know what we know, whereas the Nature Exploration Center focuses more on North Carolina in particular, its flora and fauna, more of kind of like a classical museum with dioramas. But unlike a classical museum, it has an awful lot of live animals as well. From snakes and turtles to butterflies, and even one of our most famous living animal, a sloth. Okay, so all right, so yes, the roof is what I was working on last.
Actually, I think I want to place the living conservatory, at least just map out where it is on the 4th floor.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, it seems to work best if you start with something big. And then that is used as kind of like a good frame of reference for everything else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Mystic Coco, I have a question for you about your mod specifically. Your oarfish, I don't know why, but the oarfish refused to stay in deep water. They always want to go up to the, like, upper pelagic zone. So they're not staying in deep water, which, I don't know why that's happening. The other deep sea fish are staying, like, deep, but the oarfish just immediately go to the surface. Any idea why that's happening?
Oh, I know what I was doing last. Some decorations. Oh, no, I don't want to dual wield it. Gamma. Oh, that's right. Oh, I didn't want to do that. No. Okay. Well, now I'm hearing music. Way too loud. Okay. All right, so or at least while I'm mindlessly building, this is a good time for anyone that has any questions about anything.
Sense. Cool.
Wow.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So Mr. Coco answered my question about why the oarfish go up. And there's the code to find sea level in Minecraft is not really there anymore. So I guess you're basing it based on light levels with glow squids, but because oarfish sometimes come up to the surface, usually when they are very old and are starting to die.
Yeah. Like a lot of
they let
creatures.
them go spawn like normal fish.
Using light levels would be a good idea to replicate the creatures that migrate, like we've mentioned before, based on like the moon at night in the ocean.
And the moon, I mean, the moon phase system for turtle eggs would work with a lot of reef animals that rely on lunar cycles. There's a lot that we can do with marine stuff. I'm excited to get back to the sea lab when we have a chance.
Yeah. Yes. While I was there, I should have gone inside. Audrey has done a fair amount of decking out the interior and decorating it. It's looking a lot better. We will definitely return there and show it off. Sorry. So this, where the two broods are overlap in the U.S. Oh no, the fact that they're both coming out at the same time, even though not always in the same place, it's a very rare event. The last time was, I think, like Thomas Jefferson was president or something like that, and it won't happen again for another 200 plus years. So it's actually really special if you do get to witness it.
Cicadas are also interesting taxonomically. So if you look at them, they look like great big flies, and in Appalachia they often call them jar flies. I'm not sure why they call them jar flies, but they do. But they aren't flies. They aren't related to really any of the insects that most people think of. They're actually just related to tree hoppers and leaf hoppers, which are these funky creatures that have those piercing and sucking mouth parts. And they all pierce into plant matter and then suck out the moisture. So that's a tree hopper that Matt is getting right here.
Well, this one's 3D printed and 3D printed with a flexible filament. You don't often see. They come in a huge variety. They're really cool insects. Well, I don't see the cicadas, but I can certainly hear them. We're only going to be streaming for another few minutes here because we need to get going.
Oh yeah, it's almost 5. But yeah, about while we have Mystic Coco here, about the adding new creatures, one of the things that I really like about the Naturalist mod that we're using is that they gave some of their mobs, their animals, naturalistic behaviors. So ecological behaviors where they interact with each other in a way that makes sense, which I think is super, super cool. But I couldn't even begin to imagine how to make that happen, because with our modding skill, we're still figuring things out and have a real tough time with doing anything with pure Java. So things like behaviors would be pretty difficult. Was it the Naturalist mod? I think it's the Naturalist mod. see. Yeah, Naturalist has the... Ooh, you added a food chain. Man, I think it would be cool we could do the whale fall episode when I finally do my whale fall episode. We could do just that in a newer version of Minecraft and try the latest version of Aquatic.
Yes. Did you see that little link I sent you about the limpet?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like that.
That was very cool. So there's hold on, I'm gonna grab the link so I can talk about it a little better. But there's a new deep sea species on whale falls that specifically finding it. Balenopelta rotunda is the name of it. It's a limpet that is that specializes in baleen in whale falls. New Zealand that was just recently discovered a couple of years ago, I think, but very cool. Specifically only eats baleen, which is super
The baleen in a rotting corpse.
Yes.
So like it evolved to exist purely at these whale fall sites, which is really, really cool. And you can imagine that that sort of creature may be more rare today, but you could easily imagine that as you go further back in time, and there were lots of very large sea creatures like plesiosaur and things like that, that they were probably creatures like that were probably a lot more common because there would have been many more sites like whale fall sites.
But what's special about whale falls compared to things like ichthyosaur and plesiosaur is that whale falls have all of those lipids that the ichthyosaurs don't have. So those lipids provide a specific kind of environment that only certain bacteria can really process. And it also breaks down a lot slower than something like an ichthyosaur.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, let's see here. I actually want to change this back. I'm going to go take a look at what you have done.
Nothing. I've done nothing.
Nothing.
I got distracted.
That's all right. It's hard to figure out how something should be while you're talking.
Yeah. I got very confused about the size of things.
I know. I understand. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap this up then. That's a good view. You go. We'll go to the tree.
Oh, yeah, I like the tree. You did a good job with that.
Thank you. Well, I hope you all have had a good day, and I hope that you've enjoyed this stream. If you have any questions about anything, leave them in the comments. Special thanks to Mystic Coco for all your very nice comments and questions. And I saw Jimbo was in the chat, and my kids at one point were in the chat. So thank you all.
Well, we will see y'all next time.
Yeah. All right. Yep. That's it. Thank you all again. I'm not sure what the next episode will be yet, but we will let you know on YouTube, and then my own Twitter account, which I don't think I've advertised here, but you can find it if you search for this Museum Makers Live. I also advertise on there when we're going to do it, what it's going to be on. So that's it. Thank you all again. We'll see you next time. Have a great one.